I'm about to say something. I don't even know what word to call it, so I'm just going to come out and say it. Okay, Jesus's planet, um, because he's not from Earth, he's from another planet. Um, there's there are stars, and they are in a V shape, and his planet is from the solar system, from the star at the bottom of the V. And I don't know how I know this, but I know this. It just came to me one day. And what I've been doing is, and it's been very, very helpful for me. This is just my story. It's just my story. Okay, that's all it is. Okay, I've been asking for because I'm my previous life, I was from a planet called Tova, right? Or Tova. Yeah. And I think that's enough said about that. And no, what the point I'm trying to make is that the energy of tonight, yeah, is it has it has an ambience. How do I explain this? Every planet has an ambience of its own. It feels different. Okay. And I've been asking for the vibe of Jesus's planet to enter my aura and to flow around my aura. And I've found this very successful in keeping me centered, keeping me focused, keeping me positive. I mean, there are times when there's pressure, okay? There's pressure from people to stress. There's pressure from people to hold a more negative energy, and um the best way for me to deal with this is to allow in their toxic energy. Let's just call it toxic. It's the only word that there is to describe it. So I'll call it toxic. It's just it's just a different energy. It's just a slightly lower vibration. um to allow in this toxic energy, just the right amount to give respect to those people, and to try and hold the energy of Jesus's planet, the ambience of Jesus's planet, um, as much as I can, while still respecting other people. I mean, for the most part, when I was at work today, in the afternoon, I was able to. I mean, I must be working with some amazing people, because I was able to do this all afternoon. There was no like negativity or I mean, yeah, there was a bit of negativity, but I felt myself bitching a little bit. I did, but for the most part, I was able to embody the energy that I'm explaining. And on the bus on the way home, there was these two girls, yeah. teenage girls, and one of them says, "No, I want to see him," you know. And I took that to mean her friend was like, oh, he's a bit of all right, and she says like, "No, I want to see him," and see him means like, I'm trying to think of like South Park or serve. It's translated into the United States. It's like to serve. She wanted to serve me, and I respect people's feelings. If that is her feeling, I respect her feeling. It's just her feeling. But this is outside of Queensgate, where the buses arrive. Right on the curb, and so I walks into Queensgate and I looks up at the thing, the electronic thing, and it's saying like 6 minutes, and then it just clicks like to 1 minute. So I go back outside, right, and I say to them, I said I did, and by I did I meant that I've jumped the queue, because I had a quick look round and nobody had noticed that the thing had clicked from 6 minutes to 1 minute. So I escaped out the door to the curb, and nobody knew. Nobody knew what the hell was going on. So I said I did, and I actually I've just got a notification telling me to take estrogen, and I mark that as completed because I have. And I did actually get on the bus in front of the two girls. Yeah. So I'm on the bus ride on the way home. Okay, these two girls are in my mind. In a very present, very aware, very sort of paying attention to everything that's going on kind of way. And I embodied the energy of Jesus' planet for sort of like 80% of that bus ride. And then, how I said, like, it can be rude to ignore sort of like negativities, nastiness, just bitchiness. I don't even know what to call it, just normal human sort of squabbling and whatnot, I mean, I'm not saying that there was any squabbling on the bus, because there wasn't. It was completely silent, but there was just this energy of like unhappiness, and negativity. So I allowed it into my being at the end of my bus ride, just a little bit, just enough to respect the people who were feeling that way. And I embodied that, and I got off the bus, I had a vape, and I've got something very big to say, which is 100% change from what I'm talking about up to this point, which is that I was in Shop Mobility, right, and this bloke came in and he said, I live at 84 Byfield. And I said, well, I lived at number 83. And he said that 4 doors down from him at 84, which would be at 81, would that be 4 doors down? 84, 83, 82, 81. No, that would be 80. Oh, so it was the other lady. It was the lady who attacked me in the car park. She punched me and she actually cut my face. She punched me with sunglasses on. She could have blinded me. And she punched me in the car park. And apparently, right, she's killed 3 people. And this is very relevant to my life because I just want to take a moment. I just want to take a moment to embody the energy of that planet. Because what I've done is I've pretty much taken back ownership of my home. There's a lot of negative neighbours, and this, I was like, I'm going to burn some fucking sage or something here, you know, and then it just came to me, you know, I asked for the energy of that planet to, I asked for all the negative energy that's in my home because of all my negative neighbours to leave by the power of Jesus, by the authority of Jesus. And I allowed in the ambience of Jesus' planet, which is at the bottom of that V. You've got a V of stars, and it's the one at the bottom, the actual point of the V of that planet, and I've allowed it in because I want to be able to let me just move this because I'm kind of disappearing down into the bottom. And I'll just do that so that and I got to ring my mum. I've got to, because like 83 Byfield, yeah, I was living with my mum. And I've got to tell her that this woman has killed 3 people. You know, I've got to have this conversation with her. But, like, she won't be back from bingo till at least 5:30. And she probably won't have taken her shoes off yet. She probably won't have even made herself a cup of tea yet. But, you know, I'm burning to tell her this, you know. And I think that's I mean, it's not a bad video. It's like 13 minutes long, you know. I think that's the conclusion of the video. I think there's only so much how do I explain it? I mean, it's just spirituality, really. You know, it's you know, you watch different channels of spirituality. You get different like genres of like the ways of like how they deal. You know, and you know, I feel like I'm done. So, I hope you were interested in what I said. I know I've got 10 subscribers. And it's really, because they don't leave comments, it's really an unknown of how strongly they resonate with what I say, you know. I'm talking to you, you know, you're one of my subscribers. I'm talking to you, you know. And I'm being myself fully. I'm opening up about how I do, how I deal, what my spirituality is, how I deal, you know, allowing in this energy that I'm talking about from that planet, you know. I'm just explaining how I deal and stay confident and centered, you know, etc., etc., etc. Okay, so I'm gonna love you, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.